Good evening, students. So in the next JEE advanced session, we are going to see few problems in the moving charges lesson. So this problem is two coaxially coils, that is common centered coils, and both the planes are perpendicular. So we have considered two coils, coil A and coil B. Okay, so I'll read the question once. So two circular coils A and B of radius 5 centimeter and 5 by root 2 centimeter, 5 centimeter. Coil A radius is 5 by root 2 centimeter, coil B radius is 5 centimeter. Carry a current of 5 ampere and 5 root 2 ampere. Respectively, the plane of B is perpendicular to plane of A. That is, this plane of B is this is the plane of B and this is the plane of A. Both the planes are perpendicular, but they have common centers. They have a common centers. And I assume the current is flowing in this direction in B, in this direction in A. So current direction in B, current direction in A. So from this, we can assume that this is B, this is A. So due to A, the magnetic field will be in this direction. That is magnetic field due to A, and this is magnetic field due to B. So this is the loop A. So field will be in the upward direction, and due to B, field will be in the left side. So both are perpendicular to each other. So we want to find the magnetic field in A and magnetic field in coil B. And we know that current in coil A is 5 ampere, current in coil B is 5 root 2 ampere, and the radius of A is 5 by root 2, radius of B is 5 centimeter. Both are perpendicular plane, common centers. So you want to find the magnetic field at the centers. So A and A, plane of A, and the centers going magnetic field at the center we want to find. So we know the formula. At the center, the formula is mu naught I by 2R. That we know. So what is the current in A? So mu naught 5 by 2, 5 by root 2. Similarly, magnetic field in B is mu naught 5 root 2 by 2 into 5. Okay, this is in centimeter. This is in centimeter. Okay, that should be very careful. So we will write it as in meters into 10 power minus 2. Again, in meters it is into 10 power minus 2. So finally, we want to find what we want to find is magnetic field at the centers. Both are perpendicular to each other, so we want to use Pythagoras theorem. So the net resultant magnetic field will be in this direction, B net, which is root of BA square plus BB square. So both are same because here root 2 will move to the upward direction. So root 2 mu naught 5 by 10, root 2 mu naught by 510. So which will be, so already we have root 2 inside that. So 2 times on adding these two, so we are getting square of this. Okay, a square of this means, so both, so 2 times this mu naught 5 root 2 by 10 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square. So this will be the answer. So actually I am taking this outside, so 5 into 10, so 10 will be cancelled, so mu naught into root 2, okay, root 2 the whole square will be root 2, so finally the answer so net magnetic field is mu naught is 4 pi, so 2 times 4 pi into 10 power minus 5, already we have converted this to centimeters, so root 2 times, okay, so mu naught 5 root 2 by 10, mu naught 5 root 2 by 10, so whole square, so 2 times so mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 5. So 2, 5 into 2, so it will be 25. Everything will be cancelled, so this is the final answer. So you know this. So taking out that mu naught 5 root 2 by 10 and 2 root 2, again root 2 into root 2 will be 2. So 4 pi into 10 power minus 5 Tesla is the final answer. That's all. Moving to the next problem. The charged particle So we have a charged particle with specific charge. Yes. Actually, the next problem they are talking about specific charge. Specific charge means E divided by M. Charge to the mass ratio is called a specific charge. So specific charge moves undeflected through a region of mutually perpendicular uniform and magnetic field. Uniform electric and magnetic field. In a uniform electric and magnetic field, like this, the charged particle is projected and your magnetic field is also acting here. Consider like this, the south pole, north pole, like that. So it gets undeflected. Okay. So this is the condition. The specific charge value of this is yes. That is E by M is taken as yes. So both are perpendicular fields, that is E and B. When the electric field is switched off, now the electric field is switched off, so you have only the uniform magnetic field. The particle will move in a circular path. We know that if the electric field is switched off, the particle tries to move in a circular path. It may be in any circular path, it may be in any like this. They move in a circular path. So the radius of the circular path they are asking. That is MV by QB. They are asking the move in a circular path of radius. So what radius the particle will move? So the problem is actually a particle is projected just having a specific charge value. They doesn't give the value of charge of the particle. They have given the specific charge value of the charge which is projected through the mutually perpendicular electric and magnetic fields. Now the electric field is switched off, only magnetic field is present, so the particle tries to move in a circular path. So try to find the radius of the circular path. We know that S is E by M, and here E by M can be written as Q by M, because here the charge we can write it as Q. Instead of E we can write it as Q. So which will be S, so V by B into S, and we know the condition from the velocity selector rule, V is equal to E divided by V. Electric field by magnetic field, so it will be E by B square S. So this is the option. So the radius of the charged particle which is moving in a circular path in a uniform magnetic field is E divided by B square S. If the specific charge value is yes, that is E by M or Q by M. So 4 options are given: E by BS, ES by B, ES by B square, E divided by B square S. Option D is right for this problem. This is problem number 2. Moving to problem number 3. So next problem, we have a charged particle which is moving in a circular ring. So we have a circular ring. The particle is moving with a velocity v, and this is a point where at a distance x which is equal to the radius of this. So the radius of the circular ring is r, and the distance from the axis, center of the axis, is x, that is also equal to r. So charged particles are moving in this circular ring. Okay, I'll read the question. A uniformly charged ring of radius r is rotated about its axis with constant linear speed. Linear speed is v, constant linear speed. It is rotated. A charge is located on the ring of radius r. Each of its particles, the ratio of electric field to the magnetic field at a point P. So this is point P. You want to find the ratio of electric field to the magnetic field at this point P. The ratio between field vector, that is electric field vector by magnetic field vector, on the axis of the ring where x is equal to r, from the center of the ring. C is the speed of light they have given. They have given 4 options: c square by v, v square by c, v by c, and c by v. So let us find this. So you know that for a circular ring of charge, we can consider a small charge as dq, that can be written as lambda into dl. So I can write it as E is equal to integral of lambda dl by 4 pi epsilon naught, and the distance, this distance is by Pythagoras theorem, this is also r, this is also r, so it will be root 2 r square, so it will be 2 r square. Okay, so on integrating this we will get lambda into 2 pi r by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 r square, which is lambda by 4 pi 4 epsilon naught r. Okay, so pi will be cancelled, so 2 will be cancelled, so 4 epsilon naught r. Similarly, magnetic field, we know that at the center of the ring mu naught I by 2 r. On the away from the axis, mu naught I r square by 2 r square, x square is also r square. So finally the answer will be mu naught I by, this is r square whole power 3 by 2. This we have solved in the CBSE textbook derivation. Mu naught ni r square by 2 r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. That is on the axis away from the center. So that formula, so substitute it, r will be cancelled. So finally we are getting 2r cube, so it will be 2r. Mu naught I by 2r. Actually, r square plus r square will be 2r square, so it will be 4r, sorry. So mu naught I by 4r. So we want to find the ratio of E by B. E to the B. So which is lambda by 4 epsilon naught r. Okay, and this will be 4r by mu naught I. So in comparing, 4r will be cancelled. So mu naught, 1 by mu naught epsilon naught will be c square. And we know that lambda is q by L. Okay, I equal to q by T. Charge per unit time, that is the charge flowing per unit time is current. So we can write this as further. So c square, this is q by L, lambda is q by L, and 4 epsilon r will be cancelled now. So mu naught is there, q by T. So q will be cancelled. So finally it will be T by L. So it will be c square by B. So E by B ratio, I'll write it separately. E by B is c square by B. So option A is right for this question. So on comparing these two things, lambda by 4 epsilon naught r and mu naught I by 4 are reversed because 1 by B, 4r by mu naught I, 4r will be cancelled. So finally 1 by epsilon naught mu naught will be c square, lambda by I will be, that is q by L divided by q by T, which is T by L. So that is 1 by B, c square by B is the answer. Option A is right. So further more problems we will see in the next session of our JEE Advanced session. Thank you.